Alright, so I'm back for another episode of Expeditions Conquistador. Last time we did a little bit of a foray into the mountains. Managed to explore a good plot of the land over here. Managed to find a few of the cairns too. So I'm trying debating on what I should do next, and I'm sort of thinking that maybe I want to go up to, hit up Santiago over here and do the Bible quest. I won't do like the actual the rebel part of the quest, but I can basically push up to here and basically, just get the Bibles out of the way. We'll basically get some more valuables which I can trade for equipment right away, and get stronger stuff for my troops. All right, you can do a little bit more hunting. I apparently have stuff preserved down here. So let's see here. I'm not going to get you a thing to do preserving. And where possible, I think we'll have you do the extra ration bit again. As well as only at, 4 here. Now, I want to note this, by the way. You'll note that it says morale increase probably of 6%, and then for her, 7%. Each time, basically, they get, lower morale. They get basically a higher chance of getting, morale back when you basically give them extra meat. So if I go here and give her 2 meat, basically she's got 5% because she's at 5 morale right now. And it's worth knowing, once you get these guys up to 10 morale, it doesn't really matter if you give them extra meat or not. They'll be happy, they'll basically not get an increase in morale from that, extra meat you're going to give them. And now we're going to give those guys extra meats, and maybe they'll see at least once one of these guys get happy from the extra meat they got. And I made a mistake of going on the road here, but at least that means higher patrol chance of stuff, so that's good, I guess. Alright, so guards failed to prevent the theft of some stuff, lost some valuables, but we didn't have that many to find. And here we go! Finally, someone gained morale from getting extra food. So that basically is what we'll say. And if you look at it, you'll basically see that Isabel is now at 5 morale. So she got, up to 5 morale. Nice little increase for her. Alright, off we go. Ooh, herbs. There's actually herbs out there, too. Yeah, let's get these herbs. They're worth getting, I think. Now, I want to be very careful getting onto the brush over here, because there's a hostile group of Spaniards that can pop out and kill you. Don't know exactly where it is, but they're generally out in this direction, just to the west of Santiago over here. But we'll grab the lovely stuff that's been left behind over here. Just a little bit. We're going to get, to Santiago as fast as possible, more or less. I think we'll have you do a little bit of herbalism. Because it never helps, hurts to not have a little bit more medicine. And you can always trade the medicine for food if you need to. Sometimes. It's worth knowing that, medicine, food, and, valuables, they're, their main ways of, getting your, equipment and stuff. And here's the slaves rise up. So this is why I recommend that you don't bring along, slaves, because then you have this pop-up sometimes. So it feels like you've barely fallen asleep before Reina Plush bursts through the door, alarm and confusion resonating in her voice. Capitan, the slaves have turned on us. They're attacking the people. How shall we respond? What happened? How are they armed? They took weapons and armor from our equipment cart. They're everywhere. Everything is in chaos. Keep your wits about you, Protenus. Tell the troops to seize their equipment and abandon camp. Fall back and regroup to the west. Yes, Capitan, right away. The scout runs off, shouting your orders to the others at the top of her lungs. You quickly grab your weapons and armor and hurry out of the tent. The camp is in utter mayhem. Tents are ablaze, and injured troops and slaves are scattered across the ground. Scouting off into darkness toward the west, you can see a handful of troops disappearing into the jungle. You duck behind some tents and creep through the outskirts of the camp. Out of nowhere, 3 of the slaves appear ahead of you and gesturing menacingly and shouting in their incomprehensible African language. You haven't had time to don your armor, and as they bear down on you, it seems that all is lost. With a deafening bang and a cloud of smoke, one of the slaves crumbles to the ground as his brains is forced out of the head and splattered onto the shocked man next to him. Rain appears by your side from among the tents, and Terry spikes the other 2 aggressors. Quickly follow me. You follow Reina Portress into the dark, wet jungle, your feet sinking into musty ground. After running a long and twisting course, finding the undergrowth with every step, you've reached a small clearing where those of your men have escaped and have gathered and put on their armor. They look at you with relief in their eyes. So, good to see many of you made it. Time to go back in offensive. They're not getting away with this. We're taking the camp out, leaving no survivors. We're going to say good to see you all alive, blah, blah, blah. And this will actually make our peaceful followers a little bit more happy, which is, you know, something I sort of need. And let's get this going. So I'm going to bring the scout. Going to bring the Gabriel here. Now I'm going to note that I'm bringing this hunter here, but I'm only going to bring one hunter. And this is going to be a night battle, actually. So you're going to actually see our first nocturnal battle. I'll bring Teresa here. I'm going to bring Rosella, because she's got the equipment. And I'll bring Rita, and I'll bring Saria, I think. Now, note that I don't have access to all my guys here. We're actually missing Isabella and I think a couple of other people. I'm not sure who else I'm missing, but basically only some of your troops are accessible here. You only get some, so to speak. And we'll just have to see what we can do about these damn slaves that are attacking us. And this is actually something really notable about this game, by the way. This is like one of the first, like, you know, one of the only situations where you actually see your, you know, you'll basically see what I'm going to say in a moment, but the slaves are actually colored dark. So mostly you'll see like the Spanish conquistadors being white, but in this instance you'll actually see dark guys, so you'll see what I mean in a moment. Essentially, if you look at them, these guys are like, you know, dark colored, so like they're like blacks. They're black people. As opposed to your people who are white. So, you know, they're obviously white people. Alright, so here's like the slaves. They've risen up against us. And this is actually one of those situations where I actually have a mix of, like, you know, Spanish and natives. So we have like the trapper here, but you also have a soldier. We have the hunter here and hunter here, but we also have the warrior. And then we also have like the scout and the warrior over here. Alright, so I want to be very careful of these guys. They do outnumber me, so I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to my 6. But they're also much less, you know, this guy's a recruit, that guy's a recruit, this guy's a recruit, that guy's a recruit, this guy is a recruit, that guy's a recruit. So they're all recruits. Well, my guys at least, you know, I've got at least like a mad-arms. Basically, you know, they're geared, they've got mad-arms and stuff. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to have the hunter stand right there. I'll have Rita stand here. You can stand there. You can stand here. You can stand there. And we'll have the scout stand right there. And let's get this battle underway. So, know if I want to, I can actually try and send my troops around. It's not really, you know, it's probably a better idea to send them out through the front of the camp. So we'll do that. And note this is where I get to use torches, and torches are actually useful here because if you hover over these guys and, like, say you want to do a ranged attack, note that these guys basically they have a darkness penalty associated with, like, you know, long range, so I can't see this guy very well and I have a much lower chance of hitting him in the dark. If you drop a torch, it'll be much easier to hit. Alright, so let's see here. I basically want to move these guys up. But I don't want to move them too close to these guys here, or scout for the scout back here. So scout can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, you can move all the way up to here, that scout if you want to, and then you can hit me. So maybe I want to move maybe right here with this guy. And I want to be very careful of these torches, by the way, too. If you move too close to the torches, basically you can be seen, and then you can be like hit very easily. So right now no one's next to the torch, and of course, you know, there's a darkness penalty on everyone. Let's have you move up to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll move you right here. And I'll move you just up to here. And let's see here. Who do I care about the most? So this guy's accurate. These guys are, you know, less accurate, but, you know, they can still hurt me. I think we'll move you up to here. And as you can see, there's a darkness penalty on this guy even at this range, but let's see here. Let's drop our first torch and I'll show you what they're all about. So when you drop a torch, it essentially lights up like the squares around it. So this guy's now got, you know, himself in the light. And it actually lights up and you see a little icon saying he's lit up there at the top left. So now I have no darkness penalty. I can hit him really hard. So we'll hit this guy. And then maybe we'll take this guy out quickly. Hopefully. Doctor, get up to here. And you can see a nice little ability right there, the cure. So he has access to that now. And back off. Alright, let them come. Ow. Doctor took a hit. And the scout moves forward, but he can't attack because he's got no moves to do that. And as you can see, they're going after my doctor like mad. Luckily, she's got, you know... Well, I suppose it won't really help her because she's got the, she's only got the ability to reduce, like, poison chance, so she hasn't been poisoned yet. The other doctor might have been a better choice for this one, but I don't fear I really need her. Alright, the scouts come into melee range here, so let's kick his ass. Let's have you move here, move here, move here. And yeah, we're just going to waylay into the scout right now, so... Rita, take your shot. Let's move my doctor to here. And you'll take your shot. Can my doctor do the flanking to finish him off? Nope. Didn't let him get finished off, Sally. Alright, now... Sadly, they've moved out of range of, like, you know, all the, well, this guy's still in range, but he's just out of range to be hit, so I can't fire behind a tent again at him. No one's in, you know, front of a torch or anything, so there's, like, no real benefit to that, but oh well. Let's try killing this guy with a shot. So down he goes. So he's out of the picture. And I think I'll move you here. Or no, we'll move you here. Move you here. Now I don't want to get too close to like these torches because I can get lit up and then they'll have an easier time hitting me, so I have to watch that myself. I think what we're going to do here, we're actually going to have the scout sneak up to here. We're just going to do a quick strike. And then we're just going to sneak away. And then we'll have you go up here and do your strike. And we'll leave them right there for now. Now, this doctor, she's taking lots of hits, so I'm actually going to try moving her away. And this will reduce the chance of her getting hit by ranged attacks, because she'll be far away, just, you know, much less chance of being hit. She can still be hit, but she has much less chance of being hit now. And I'll move you maybe back here. And hopefully you'll be in a way if this guy tries to fire at her. You'll block line of sight on the doctor for me, hopefully. I take a hit. Oh, there's a hit. And he runs right back behind the tent. Fires his blowgun. Alright, let's see here. I think we'll have you move up to... Damn, I can't get him all the way around. Let's have Rita move up and hit this guy once. Oh, that didn't fish him off. Thought that might, but oh well, it didn't. Let's have you move up to here then. And yeah, you can take a shot. So he's down. And I'll move you. I'm going to move the soldier up to here, and she's going to do flawless defense, I think. And now I'll reduce the damage from this guy. You can move up here and do the same. So they'll basically have reduced damage on him for his turn. Now, I'm going to move this guy to try and deal with this guy over here, because I'm tired of him firing at me, so... Basically, I'm going to prevent him moving around and doing stuff. I want to be very careful with these guys, though. They can move at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they can get in flanking range of this guy. Range, these guys can't shoot me now, but they can't flank me, which is, you know, probably worse. And a good doctor... Well, she's sort of out of range to heal people, I guess, so that's a bit of an issue, but... Let's bring her up here. And... take a plus try at him. Move you in front. Move you in front. And hopefully the doctor won't take any attacks from anyone. Hopefully. Oh, another hit, but she's got flawless defense, so she takes less damage. Another hit. They're trying to take her out, but I don't think she'll go down. It's my scout there, but who cares? Retaliation! Go! Boom. Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna get the doctor to move up to heal this guy in a bit. I think we're gonna have our hunter move this way and take a shot. And miss, of course. Why not? We'll have you move all the way up to here and take a flanking strike. You just do the same. I'll have the doctor come up to heal this soldier. And you're a little out of range to reach these guys, so let's have you move here to protect my doctor a little bit. Basically, you'll be in... They're doing like a little cover for my doctor here. Actually, move there. I sort of wasted, you know, defense and moves there, but oh well. I basically want to block the sight range from like the rifles and such for the doctor here. Is a thing. Alright, as you can see, they can only go after Rita. Because, like, Rita's in the way of the doctor. They can try going after my doctor, but, you know, there's a soldier in the way. Oh, look at that. Attack of opportunity. Alright, now, this will be a really weak and pitiful heal, but you can actually use Cure here to do a little bit of healing. This is primarily used to remove, like, poison and such, but you can also use it to heal up your guys a little bit. So there's a heal. Let's have you poke him. You do a strike. You do your strike. And you'll do your strike. Alright, we're down to 3 enemies. It's just this guy, and the unfortunate trapper who's about to die here. Bye-bye. And we'll move you up to the hunter over here now. Hiya, hunter. What's up? Alright, let's see here. You can move this way. Oh, well, whatever. This guy can probably move 8 squares, this warrior, but I'll move you here, you there. I'll move the hunter here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if you want to, I guess. So move you this way. And move you this way. They're kind of weak, these guys, but, you know, hopefully they'll live a little bit here. Move him there, actually, so he's got line of sight blocked. He's going for my scout, but don't think it'll do him much good. Alright, let's see here. I get, you know, to do another restore on my soldier here. And if I want to, I can move my soldier into flank position, so we'll do that. And then you can do a flanking strike. Nice 50 damage on him. And we'll have these guys flank this guy. We'll have you move up to here and take a shot at him, I think. Let's do a quick shot. Maybe I can kill him this right now. 1. And... damn. Oh well. He didn't go down, but oh well. Bring you over here. Oh well. I would prefer to get the hunter over here just in case this guy decides to run at me, but oh well. He strikes. And he strikes. Let's finish them. 1. 2. 3. 4. And we're done. Slaves have been defeated. Flawless victory! Sanchez lost a little bit of equipment there, but whatever. It's still a flawless victory, nonetheless. So, good to see, blah blah. Your people form up and salute you grimly, then you lead them back through the jungle toward the camp. The skirmish is over and the slaves are beaten. The rebellion have ended as silently as it began. Your troops round up the survivors and check on their injured brothers and sisters. A few people are hurriedly carried into the medical tent for treatment. Deal with the survivors. What shall I do with these, Alright, so half a dozen slaves who took part in the attack have survived, and half a dozen more they didn't fight have been rounded up as well. The slaves are kneeling at the outskirts of the camp, stripped of their stolen weapons and armor. Gabrielle Yebra is overseeing them as she wipes the sweat from her forehead and looks at you wearily. What shall we do with these backstabber, Captain Tan? So you have 3 choices here. You can kill them all, and the ones who didn't fight. This will basically make happiness with your racists. You can execute the ones who rose up against us and release the others and send them back to clean up the camp. And that basically is like, you know, halfway in between. And then just let the attackers go, release the rest, and have them clean up the camp. And that'll basically make your open-minded people happy. I think we'll do this, and this will actually piss off my racists, but I'll get, you know, happiness for my open-minded people. So Gabriel signals to the other troops who reluctantly set up all the survivors slaves free. The slaves who didn't take part in the attack are ordered to restore the camp to order, while the others are sent into the jungle to live or die on their own terms. So basically we're done. And that's going to piss off my racist here, because, you know, she's racist. But everyone else, like, you know, open-minded, she's a little bit happier from that. She's happy from that. So she's, you know, they get a little bit of morale boost, some of these guys, from my actions there. Now, know that basically because, like, you know, she wasn't participating because she got injured in that fight. And here's trauma. So note that basically she's really injured with trauma. I want to, you know, very well watch that. And she's got severe, which is also an issue too, but we'll worry about that later. So basically, I actually had 2 of my guys, this doctor and Arun's here, injured quite badly apparently. Alright, let's go pick up the equipment and get our way off to Santiago. Pick up this stuff. I'm finding lots of herbs. Happy about that. I'm about to use those herbs for obvious reasons, so yeah, I'm happy about it for sure. Some meat over here is nice too. Oh, I'm on the road. That's gonna, suck for guarding and such. Alright, so, note basically, this is something I haven't really shown you, but basically you can see what the risk of deterioration is, and basically, if the risk of deterioration is high, it means that they'll have, like, a chance that their injury will get worse. And, you want to watch out for that. So that's like a 50% chance of her getting worse. And you'll note that if the injury is really severe, it has a really high chance of getting worse. But, if there's also, like, different types of, like, trauma, or, like, injuries. So, ballistic trauma, that's a really bad injury. So, even at, like, moderate, she's got a high, it's a high chance that person with severe lacerations to get worse. So, basically got to watch out for that, the types of injuries and how bad they are. Okay, we'll allocate our meat, and then we'll just camp. And yeah, I'm going to have a hard time, guarding and hunting here. Lost some of my medicine getting stolen there. Now, here's something you'll sometimes see about this is fast recovery. Much to your surprise, Isabel Yara seems to have gotten better since yesterday. It looks like the soldier will recover sooner than expected, which will, of course, save you some medicine. And basically, it means she's basically covered an extra, recovery here. So, she's back in action already. Awesome. Alright, we're at the town here. And illness. The path you and our company must take today is particularly rough and trying route through dense vegetation across uneven terrain. You haven't noticed that Sarah Barrow has been looking particularly fatigued until the soldier suddenly collapses from painful moan. So your people at the front gather around the unconscious woman and Teresa's sentences push them aside to reach her. Stand back, everyone. Give her space to breathe. What happened? Remain silent and watch the proceedings. Your other people fill in the doctor while she carefully examines Sarah. Then she stands up with a concerned look on her face. Sarah has a very strong fever, but I'm not seeing any other symptoms yet. It's some sort of disease. It can't tell which. Could just be a cold, but either way, it seems that she will be out of commission for a while. Have your servants clear a place for Sarah on the carts if you wish. The servants carry the still unconscious Barrow off, and after administering some carefully selected remedies for the fever, Sanchez returns to her place in the caravan. Soon you're off again. So yeah, she got sick, and now I have to deal with that too. And it's a good thing that she got, sick after Isabel got better, because now I don't have to worry at least about having to basically, if you have, like, more injured people than doctors, there's a big problem, because you're going to have someone getting, sicker by a day, while the others get, you're treating the other people. Okay, let's go pick up this pig. Get the lovely meat from him. There's a nice little cairn over there to pick up, so I'll go towards that, I guess. Alright, let's see here. So she's mildly diseased. There's a 30% risk of deterioration, so that's like 20% less than ballistic trauma. But I still have got to treat it, so that'll have to be done. Isabel, you get back to work guarding. And we got lots and lots of stuff to preserve. Lots of stuff. Preserving. Preserving. Now, this is the only bad thing here, is the fact that I've got like more meat than I really have, mouths to feed. Basically, what's going to happen here, I'm going to double rations for everyone. Assigned to all. And I'm still going to have, leftover rations. So we're actually going to have meat going bad, which will suck, but oh well. I can't really do anything about it. Preserving. 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 Now, if I wanted to, I could try risking this and, game one of these guys to, I could get her to try, her hand at, preserving some of this stuff. But it seems like a bit of a waste. She's better off, trying to restore this person instead of, essentially just, trying to waste medicine healing her up, because she might have gotten worse, later on. So, some meat's gonna go bad, but oh well. And we're gonna have no guarding, patrolling, or hunting. It's gonna really suck, so I'm gonna automatically have someone stolen. Automatically gonna have, nothing happen in patrols, no hunting, but whatever. Camp. So yeah, some of the stuff gets stolen. There's some rations. And then we also lost some medicine, but that's just from, the guys getting healed up. So do this, hit this up. Now I'm going to leave that carrot alone for now because it's not really important I get to it right now. I'm just going to book it over to... Actually, let's just go this way actually first. Note that just outside over here, there's this hut. And you can go over here to basically ask a rope. So the house is near the pier, has a sign outside that says fishing nets for sale. And you can knock on a door. You knock on the door and a one-legged man with unkempt hair and scruffy beard answers, "I don't suppose you're here for fishing nets." And in fact I am, though I'm not the fish, I mean the catch. Basically you can get him to make rope nets for you. So basically, in fact I am. He shakes your hand and motions for you to enter. "I see. I have some experience with that kind of fishing. My name is Juan Kentura, formerly of the Nervous Company. Now I make nets. Do you think your nets might be useful in a traps battlefield?" Sorry. "I've done that myself with excellent results. I will show you how the mechanism should be set up. You won't be disappointed. So, and how much will such a trap cost me?" With a sigh, he sits down by his chair by his workbench. 500 valuables apiece. "So that's pretty steep for a net. Is that what you charge the fishermen?" "The nets will be a little different, sturdier. Fish don't typically carry knives or swords. I suspect your quarry does. So basically, you have two options here. If you have high enough diplomacy, you can try risking this, but basically, if you fail this, you're just going to walk away. I guess I'll just risk this because I'm not really interested in getting nets right away, but essentially, you know, it does not stop you as you turn to leave. So basically, you can call your bluff here, but, you know, you can just leave if you want. Because, you know, it's too steep for me, so to speak. Alright. This is going to cost me, you know, another stay out here, but oh well. We'll get into the Bible place here in a moment. Alright, so these guys all need to be assigned and stuff again. I'm going to need to get these guys to allocate new meat, so they get their automatic ration. I'll get you doing some more tinkering. Nice! I didn't notice, but we've almost got this done. Very nice. Okay, you can do patrolling. Guarding. So that's all of the way. And those guys will hopefully get healed up because they're harmless and you're harmless. So they both should get healed up the next time, you know, basically the screen pops up. Got some rations from the Aztec Soldier. Unlock card 2. And Thief. Alright, so this is like a good, you know, little thing that sometimes happens. This is like a little bit of a Pacific follower type of instance. We'll clear the screen. Before you retire for a night, you inspect the supply carts. When you and your servants are done counting up the valuables, you realize that you are missing 500 valuables. Furious, you line up all the servants and demand to know who's been stealing from the carts. Nobody admits to the misdeed. So, leadership, you can appeal to their loyalty, you can threaten to punish them all if nobody steps forward, you can make an example of one of them, or you can offer reward to anyone who gives you the thief. So, I have good leadership. Let's try appealing to their loyalty. You're just about to enter a rousing speech about the value of loyalty and the importance of your personal responsibility when you realize that you're addressing slaves. Well, oh well. Guess that's not going to work for me. Alright, so basically you can you know, do the same things here. You can say, forget the crime will go unpunished, but make sure you redouble for now. And basically all expectations will lose morale when you do this, but you know, basically, you describe it in graphic detail what painful punishment will befall everybody if nobody will turn into the thief. Fear and dissonance quickly spreads throughout the ranks of your servants, and in short order, someone steps forward. It was Gabrielle Ybarra. I've seen her sneaking around near the carts on several occasions. Check her tent. The stolen items will be there. The hunter is out on patrol, and you can raid her tent uninterrupted. True enough, secret away among Gabrielle's personal effects, you find items that were clearly stolen from among the valuables in your supply cart. Just as you make the discovery, Ybarra returns from patrol. Fuxo, what? She sees the stolen goods in her hands. I can explain, by all means. So basically, I will tolerate your excuses, Ybarra. The servants have revealed your actions to me. So, blah blah. Silence! She hangs her head in shame. Then what will become of me, your race? So, now, here's like two things to note. If you want, you can actually kick her off your expeditions. But I really don't recommend doing that. I always recommend, like, to say, just putting her on toilet duty. Because, you know, that'll basically keep her in your group, so, you know, you can make use of her. So you leave the tent with the valuables that you covered and make sure everyone's aware of your small change in the chore rotation. Then you retire for the night. So you're on toilet duty, so you're basically, you know, distinctly grateful, all that, blah, blah. So that's the event. I keep my valuables, but note that that did kill my morale a little bit. I could have offered a reward, but that also would have been, you know, kind of bad to do. Basically, if you offer a reward, you're going to lose valuables. So I've already lost the morale, so to speak, right now than that for now. Alright, let's get up to here. Now, when you're basically in this town of Santiago, you basically have, like, you know, two things to go off on the first visit. At the market is where you go for the Bible. So the market at the center of Santiago is de los Cabreros is simply smaller than blah blah blah. The market at the center of Santiago de los Cabreros is significantly smaller than the market in Santo Domingo, and mainly dominated by outlets for craftsmen that have shops and workshops around the town. Your attention is drawn to a large four-pronged stall in the middle of which stands a short and slender Portuguese merchant, advertising his goods with the voice of a man a dozen times larger. Fresh fruit, and succulent vegetables newly harvested from the western plantations. Now for sale at prices you won't believe. Rare trinkets from jungle tribes, specifically purchased to be exported back to Spain. Buy it now before it shifts out. Be the first to wear the exclusive furs on these rare jungle cats before the trend-setting noblemen King of Court get their hands on them. What's your name? Ah, noble Senora. It's always a pleasure to see a distinguished cabrero grace the humble cobblestone of our market. My name is Diniz Tavares. How may I assist you on this fine day? What do you sell? Whatever you desire I have, and if you don't have it I arrange it for you later. Rations for your journey, equipment for your company, or valuable treasures from across the island. I only regret that I have very low on medicinal revenues, my senora. Such supplies are hard to come by in this region. So I brought a shipment of Bibles from Hermo Caro to Santo Domingo. Ah yes, good. I'm glad that the pious friar managed to find someone willing to handle this for him. And if I'm not mistaken, you were promised a payment, yes, 1,500 valuables? In fact, I believe the agreement was 2,000 valuables, senor. The merchant's persistent file fades ever so slightly. Ah, of course, you're correct. I am momentarily forgotten the correct sum. The payment will be delivered to your caravan immediately. It was a pleasure doing business with you, mi senora. And I'll note, by the way, if you don't actually, basically go to the friar and like specifically ask for the a reward, you will only get 1,500 valuables from this guy for, carrying the Bibles. So be wary of that, by the way. So we're here. I have the option of getting some, stuff here or that. Note that, yeah, he basically does have very low supply in medicine, but he has very high supply of this stuff and this stuff. This is a good place to bring your this stuff here, the rations and the medicine supplies if you need it. Now I have to wash my medicine a little bit, but we can get back that. You can go back to Santo Domingo to buy a little bit more of that, I think. For now, let's buy a little bit of equipment. And I'll put that on, the stuff that was lost, so... It looks like no one's lost equipment, that's quite nice. Alright, let's see here. I think at this point, I want to maybe put on a little bit of, stuff for Cutlass here. And just for good measure, I'm going to actually buy another piece of equipment from him. Now it costs me a little bit of valuables, but, I just basically want to make sure she gets, free of here of what she needs. And I said I was going to upgrade this person, when I get the chance, so now's the time to do so. Let's get her an upgrade. Now, for my soldiers, I like to basically look at what their equipment is. And she's basically a dagger, sword, and arquebus user, so she's like sword and shield. And then from there, I like to give them, there's these little traits that basically help out with their specific weapons. So she's gonna be a good defender, and with defenders, I probably want her to have stuff like block, or dodge or evade. Fencer's also a good one to give her too, if I want to maybe have her on the front line. So let's see here. I think I'm going to give her dodge, and dodge is basically going to have a chance of critical hit chance on her. So basically she'll have less chance of being critically hit, so that's good. And she'll gain morale for that, which will be good. Now I think at this point I want to maybe give her just guarding skills for now. And then we'll, like, maybe what we'll do after that is we'll give her some hunting or patrolling after that. We'll see. So that's done. Let's go over to this house here. Now, basically this is where you go for, like, the rebel quest. So this is Castle de Capitan. You ask an off-duty soldier for Capitan Larandra Vizcanino, and she points you to a small house near the center of town. Knocking on the door yields immediate feedback. Something crashes against the floor, accompanied by indistinct swearing, followed by calm but heavy footsteps as Lander comes to the door. Lander is a tall and lean woman with long black hair, pulled back with her angular face, and tied into a tight ponytail. She regards you with inquisitive eyes that almost crackle with intelligence. Yes. Lander Vizcanino, I've been asked to assist with your rebel problem. The soldier scrutinized for a few moments. Yes, our rebel problem. Who are these rebels? Spaniards like us, who have been seduced by the unspoiled rawness of the island. They are convinced that we represent destruction and oppression. In their eyes, the jungle is freedom and offensivity, and they have taken it upon themselves to destroy us. They are our own brothers and sisters, but now they are our enemies. They are Spaniards. They were. Come, show me to your troops. Let me see how well prepared you are to fight the rebels. Take Lander to meet your people. You walk with Lander back to the outskirts of your town, where you're left with supply carts upon servants and most of your troops. Upon seeing your folks, your men get up to stand at attention. Very impressive. Good discipline. Not the best equipment, but you could do much worse here. Mostly mercenaries, I assume. So they're my brother-in-arms. I trust them with my life. We're not here to get rich. There are mysteries in mainland waiting to be discovered. I'm aiming to be first to do it. Or plenty of work here for mercenaries. Yes. So basically, I have free things to do here. I'll say brother-in-arms. A single stern nod. I know a camp in the mountains of the Seven Peninsula across the bay. Couldn't tell you its precise location, but we've seen their fires in the night. It's harsh terrain, and there's no native villages there. It must be them. My troops and I will investigate. And then Bureau Cité. Lander returns with the precision of a soldier, but the grace of a dancer, and walks back toward the town square. So basically, when you do that, you basically talk to her. She directs you to where the rebels are over here, and that's where you'll go next. Now, I'm not going to do that right now because I'm a little bit, concerned about like my medicine and other stuff. So we're going to hold off on doing it. And I think we're just going to explore around here for now. We'll actually go, basically through the jungle back toward Santo Domingo for now, I think, and go from there. Let's get up to the hill over here. And yeah, we'll go over here, I think. I could follow along the coast, but we'll do that later, I think. The coast has an interesting event I want to save for later. Now, I can basically go in here and herbalize a little bit, and it's probably a good time to do this. So, we'll do that now. You know what, we're going to have you do that too. We want you to herbalize. Because I really do want to get some more medicine here. I let the non-herbalizing go a little bit too long, I think. Alright, so we got a little medicine on corpses. We got some, herbs being in medicine. We got a little meat from a catch. Nice, more herbs. Alright, they'll keep on herbalizing, which is just fine for me, so I'll let them keep doing so. And more medicine on a corpse. Wow. So my medicine is skyrocketing really quick. My medicine warriors are a little bit over now. More herbs to process. That's good. And I actually want to start going this direction over here. So that way is where we're going to go. And we'll take out this pig. Another pig. And actually, I want to move that a little bit before I waste free movement points, which I don't want to do. All right, let's see here. It's time to do a little bit of shenanigans with the meat and all that. You're gonna get double rations because I want to get her morale up a little bit. You too. And why not you too? And you too. And let's have You do a little bit of preserving, and you'll do a little bit of preserving. Alright, got some meats in the rations, some herbs into medicine. All good stuff. There's a nice little watering hole for me to visit, so we'll do that in a moment. So a little bit more moves to move around with. I actually sort of moved the wrong way here, but oh well. Let's move this way then. Get this stuff. I like those valuables over there, sure. Alright, so rations, we're going to give everyone allocated meat. That'll leave like less stuff to have to preserve. You're going to do some harvesting of the medical herbs around here, Dan. You're going to do some tinkering, I guess, a little bit more. Let's have you do some hunting again. You can do a little bit of herbal. No, let's not do that actually. Let's just have you assigned to this. Basically, with tinkering, I basically like to get up like the level 2s for all this stuff, and then we'll start worrying about the level 3 stuff after that. For my initial like planning for all this stuff. And we'll give you double rations. Double rations. Double rations. And double rations. And let's see here. Let's give Isabella some double rations too. The thing about Isabella is that I find that she drops in morale a lot with me just because of how I act. I like to be really, really aggressive, and I like to, you know, be kind of reckless sometimes. So her morale will drop a lot with me. Alright, the adventure. In the evening, Marisol Costas comes to you and Salam asks for a word in private. You can tell that she's a little nervous about what she wishes to talk about. Take her aside and listen. Casilla follows you out of earshot of the rest of the troops and clears her throat. Capitan Fuchsia, I have an important request to make of you. It's going to seem unreasonable, but I feel that I must ask or it'll eat at me for the rest of the journey. No, that's one of the reasons why I admire you. You run a tight ship, but I always felt that you respect the value us. Well, in the tavern back in Santiago, I talked to a scout who recently returned from a posting in a region called Burco on the western side of the island. She said that she came into possession of an old stone slab with symbols that describe an ancient temple full of sacrificial gifts to a pagan god. She said she found a Taino elder who was able to translate the symbols, and now she's putting together a group to go back to Burco and find the temple. She wants to claim the treasure, and she would ask if I would be willing to join her expedition. We will be a dozen troops, and I will give you an even cut of the whatever treasure we find. So basically, of course, I'm just excited about this this talk of ancient temples and pagan gods. This sort of thing is precisely why I came to the New World. Not, I beg your pardon, Capitan, not to run errands for the governor. I just want to go on an adventure, and I will add my shares of the treasure to expedition stores with your permission. I will leave tomorrow morning and join her expedition in Santiago. It should be no more than a fortnight until we return. So the gleam in our eyes tells you that denying Marisol this exciting opportunity would dire consequences on morale. On the other hand, 14 days is a lot of time to be missing a doctor. So basically, this is like a 14 days to vet this doctor, or basically kill her morale. And on the end of these 14 days, by the way, you do get some some reward for it. So generally, I always say, how can I deny? Just go on your adventure. And she's very happy about it, and she basically just takes off. So a beaming smile splits Marisol's face nearly in half, and she takes you by the hand and shakes you emphatically. Thank you, Capitan. You don't know how much this means to me. I will represent our company well in this expedition. Thank you. Marisol then was off to attempt to pick up her things. So basically, I'm down now. Now I really don't want to be going over to like the rebels, because I don't have a second doctor, and that's going to really hurt me if I go into battles. So we want to very well watch out for that for 14 days. So, not going to try and pick up battles for 14 days. And I've really gone off course over here, but whatever. Out over here we go. And there's a little bit of stuff to collect over here, I guess, so we'll do that. I got time to kill, right? So let's just kill a bit of time. Alright. Let's get this chest over here. Ooh, nice. Am I close enough? Basically, note that there's some fish over here, and this is actually a contextual event if you get close enough to these. And it's there. Good. Go fishing. So I have the option of sending one of these guys to go fishing for me. So I'll send you to go fishing. And basically, they have a high chance of getting you a lot of fish for consumption, which will be very nice. And then other stuff here, I'll allocate meat. I'll have you go get some, you know, preserving done. You can get a little bit of extra rationing, I think. And then we'll go down and give Raina here some extra rations. You two. And I lost you know, the good doctor who was like lower morale, so she's out of the picture. So I think what we're gonna do at this point is just have one of these other people do a little bit of the, you know, the stuff. Basically, we're on the coast and patrol difficulty is high, so I'm gonna take one of these scouts to do it. And that'll be that. So camp. All right. So basically, you turn, you know, 8 meat into 8 rations. I'm not, you know. Here's basically what happened. Basically, she returns with the evening catch, so we got lots of fish from that, which is very nice. All right, let's see here. We'll go get the meat over here. There's another fishing event over there, which will be very nice to get to. And let's try this once more, I think, to get a little bit more fish. So I'll sit right there. And we'll go fishing one more time. And rations, I'll allocate the new meat. Double meat for you. Double meat for you. Double meat for you. And why not? Isabella, take your double meats. And, you know what, let's have you do a little bit of scouting again. And let's give extra meat to the 2 guys up here. So that'll be done. Oh, we got a little bit of extra equipment from our scouts. That's nice. Scouting, it can be very useful. Alright, let's boost up your sword by another... Actually, let's boost this up down here now. Because she's a man at arms, she can wear more equipment, so I'm going to boost up her her armor a little bit more. Alright, at this point it's time to book it back to Santo Domingo, I think. And I'm not sure, but I think a quest is going to pop up for us when we get there, so I basically want to make use of that that quest to do before continuing on. Nothing to see over here, I guess. Alright, let's see here. I'll allocate the meat. You're going to do a little bit of hunting. You're going to do a little bit of hunting. And we're on the road, so guarding's a little bit of an issue, but oh well. At least we'll have high patrol. I think we'll leave these guys as is for now. Camp. Looks like we lost a little bit of valuables on the roads, which kind of sucks, but oh well. As I said, it's going to happen sometimes. You're going to lose stuff. And you can never fully negate the chance of losing stuff either. I think the highest chance you can get for like negating your losses and stuff is like 91 or something. It's like 91% chance to prevent losses, but no more than that. Alright, so as you're walking past the cathedral, the Carol monk rushes out to flag you down. Honorable Captain Fuchsia, I require your services. It's very urgent. So I hope it's not Bibles again. Bishop Padilla has fallen deathly ill. None of us here can identify the disease, and it's undoubtedly some exotic local ailment. So, what will you have me do? I'm no doctor. In the past, the bishop has always consulted Pedro Bermudez. He is without question the most learned and skillful doctor on the whole island. Alas, Senor Bermudez defied the government's orders and left to visit the fishing village on the north coast to investigate the rumors of a new outbreak of pox among the natives. The government forbade him to leave? Of course, Bermudez was needed here, as this terrible situation with his MS clearly shows. Why would he care about the natives? The doctor always took his Hippocratic oath very seriously. I will follow his trail and attempt to bring this back to see this bishop. Thank you, Capitan. You're a true Christian hero. Go with the blessing of the Lord. Now, I'll note by the way that if you want to, you can say a small contribution from the church to our expedition would go a long way. And this will actually make your pious followers kind of mad at you, but basically, you know, you want to get a little bit of, you know, valuables, so to speak, for doing this. So, the Carol looks surprised, but then he smiles. Ah, yes, of course, Capitan. A very reasonable request. I shall secure the exchange of 2,000 valuables from our stores to yours upon your return. So that'll happen basically when we return back here to bring the doctor back to us, or his doctor back to us, so to speak. It's not exactly the doctor he's expecting, but it'll be a doctor nonetheless. Alright, so at this point I've picked up a little bit of, like, you know, medicine stuff. And what I'm thinking about doing here, I'm actually going to trade for a little bit of, like, medicine, I think. And we're going to go back to Santo Domingo at some point. So we're going to actually pick up a little medicine here with our valuables. And I'll use those to trade for, like, equipment in Santo Diego, basically. Because this will be worth a lot more than, like, the high supply tickets up here. And I'll also get a little bit of, you know, equipment, obviously, for, you know, for my use as well. And I can't buy that many, so we'll just buy 5 for now, I guess. And look at all these guys. Alright, well, let's just boost you up by 4 here, I guess. You know what, we're going to buy just, you know, one more here. Now, this is stuff I should probably note, by the way, because I haven't really browsed on it, but you actually have, like, you know, this sort of, like, you know, disclaimer that tells you what the merchants are sort of charging you. When it says fair prices, you're basically getting a good deal for your stuff, but you're not exactly getting, like, you know, anything really generous from the merchants. Basically, the merchants can, like, you know, make the trade, like, you know, better for you, or they can, like, you know, make it very worse, so to speak. Essentially, it's possible to get, like, say, a 1-to-1 trade, but it's also possible to get, like, say, a 2-to-1 trade, so to speak, with the merchants, depending on how fair they're going to be to you. In this case, they're being fair, so, you know, it's just, you know, it's going to be as, you know, I guess something like, you know, 1.5, but you can get better or worse than this, and it'll come to play later on. Now, I think at this point the episode's, you know, sort of drawn out a little bit. We managed to go, you know, confront our slaves. We dealt with a little bit of exploration and the, you know, got to rebels and all that, deliver our Bibles. At this point, I think it's about time to basically, you know, decide what to do next, so to speak, but we're going to do that in the next episode. I think what we're going to explore down this direction next time. Maybe I'll check out this jungle village over here and what's on the other coast, and we'll just go from there. For now, take care. I hope you've enjoyed.